Yo, what is up folks, TG here, bringing you some more Timeless, and this time delving into Primeval Titan and Field of the Dead. Field of the Dead, banned in a bunch of different formats, get to 6 mana, cast Primeval Titan, find some fields, we've got a bunch of other land shenanigans which we'll get into. Field of the Dead, if it or another land enters the battlefield under your control, if you control 7 or more lands with different names, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. The idea is, we make a bunch of zombies, kill our opponent with them. That's kind of the gist of things. Let's get into the normal cards and we'll go into the lands. So 4 copies of Boreal Grazier, green for an 0/3, ETB, put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. Okay, nice. 1 mana accelerant, blocks a bunch of different stuff in the format, absorbs some lightning bolts, uplift your life total a little bit in that way as well. Calm of the Bamboo Grooves is a sweet alchemy card, so green for a 1/1. When it enters the battlefield, you can put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped, but also has this channel ability. 2 and a green, discard Kami of Bamboo Groves, conjure 2 cards named Forest into your hand. So, early game, cool. It's another Arboreal Grazer. Put it into play, it puts a land from your hand into the battlefield tapped. We're playing 27, 28 lands here. But if you don't have lands to do, if later on in the game you're like, I need more things to trigger Field of Ruin, I need the extra lands to get to 5 or 6 mana, then hey, discard it, get some forests to put into play off of Spelunking, other Arboreal Grazers, etc. Is awesome and super flexible in that way. It's one of the nice pickups from the alchemy cards. Then at 2, so these are your like first early accelerants. We're going like one of these into 3-drop something, ideally. Ideally a Spelunking, really. But we have a few other things. Been a long time since I've played with Once Upon a Time, but it is an awesome card in this deck. 1 and a green, if it's the first spell you cast this game, you may cast it without paying its mana costs. Was absolutely busted until it got banned in a few different formats. But hey, look at the top 5 cards of your library, you reveal a creature or land card from among them, put it into your hand, rest of the bottom of the library in a random order. Later on in the game, finds your Primeval Titan early on in the game can help you find your kind of accelerants, help you find the right lands, help you find Field of Ruin, help you find Cavernous Souls. Being able to dig for this versus decks with Counterspell, just super important. Cavernous Souls will win you a bunch of games pretty much by itself. So yeah, Once Upon a Time, just early, just be able to cast it for free and just smooth out your early turns. Really awesome. And then like 1 and a green isn't too much of a problem once you've got a bunch of lands to play, which is kind of what we're doing. And kind of supplementing Once Upon a Time, we also have 2 copies of Invasion of Ixalan. 1 and a green, when it enters the battlefield, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You reveal the permanent card from among them, put it into your hand, rest on the bottom in random order. Sorry. So finds you Primeval Titan. Again, can find the different land pieces, whether that be Field of the Dead, Cavernous Souls, any of the other shenanigans here. Also finds you the Wandering. Again, like we've got Golos, Primeval Titan. Finds you Spelunking as well. So going like turn 1 Accelerant, turn 2 Invasion, find you a Spelunking or find the Wandering to kind of like get you towards your Titan. Or just find the Titan. Really awesome. Just 2 copies kind of rounding things out. Then we have a couple of, hey, we're playing like this format, let's play a couple of cards. We have a channel here. It is limited to 1, restricted, so we can only play 1. But hey, channel for Primeval Titan or channel for Golos, both just fine things to be doing. Additionally, we have a Demonic Tutor here. Can find you Titan, can find you the Wandering, all the other stuff. We have like enough lands to be able to cast this reasonably. Again, restricted to 1. Kind of just may as well play them. Sometimes you'll just be able to channel for a Primeval Titan on turn 2. And that's, you know, can't be unhappy with that. Can't be unhappy with that. At 3 then, we have Spelunking, which allows you to do a few different things. 2 and a green enchantment. Enter the battlefield, draw a card, put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. If you put a cave onto the battlefield this way, we don't have any actually. Actually, no, sorry, there is 1. You gain 4 life, but lands you control enter the battlefield untapped. And this is super important. This is your Amulet of Vigor style effect if you're familiar with the modern deck. It lets lands you find off Primeval Titan enter the battlefield untapped. Same with Golos, all that other stuff. It also enables the enter the battlefield triggers for Castle Garenbrig. Sorry, not Castle Garenbrig. For Gingerbread Cabin, which if normally it enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 3 or more other forests. But then when it enters the battlefield untapped, create a food token. So if you've got Spelunking, it's entering untapped, you get the food. Okay, neat. And then more importantly, Witch's Cottage here, which puts a creature card from your graveyard on top of your library. If your opponent has managed to kill a Primeval Titan or counter one, you get to put it back on top if you've got a Spelunking in play. We can enable the Gingerbread Cabin normally anyway, but Witch's Cottage we can only really do with Spelunking in play, and it's like a pretty cool one to be able to go find. Sometimes you'll be like, alright, I'm going to Titan, that Titan's going to like get 1 back I got counted earlier. It's just a really nice addition to the deck. While also enabling to do things like, hey, I've got Spelunking in play. I'm going to play Primeval Titan, I'm going to find 2 lands, and then we're going to go and find Handwear Battlements, which is red tap, target creature gains haste on a turn, and another land that makes red mana. Sometimes that'll be the World Tree, which also gives your other lands tap for any color and mana. Sometimes like there's a Stomping Ground here, there's other ways you can work around it. And then you get to give this Primeval Titan haste, and then it gets to attack straight away. And then you get some more lands. Really, really awesome. The main thing we're doing Primeval Titan is like Field of Ruin stuff. We don't have like a one-turn kill with it like you do in Modern. But hey, being able to give it haste, get 4 lands off it the time it comes in, super, super awesome. And also lets you kind of like ambush your opponent out of nowhere sometimes. No Valor Kit stuff, none of that stuff here. So Spelunking is an incredibly powerful card, and one that is super, super nice. Oh, also, if you've not seen it yet, I know I do a lot of like Explorer, Pioneer stuff on the channel, but there's a Pioneer Spelunking deck that is like wild, has some crazy combo loops that let you basically draw your deck and stuff. So if you're not already, have a look at that. The One Ring, the next card, this is kind of like our holdout. A lot of the time, this is kind of like our stopgap until we can get to 6 for Titan. And occasionally gets you out of some really sticky situations. 4 mana, indestructible. When it enters the battlefield, if you cast it, you gain protection from everything until your next turn. Protection from everything is pretty good, it turns out. Stops you dying to almost everything. Almost everything. At the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life for each burn counter on it, and then tap it, put a burn counter on it, then draw a card for each burn counter on the ring. So occasionally be like, alright, I'm gonna like Razor on 1, Flunky on 2, I'll like play the ring on 3, and then be able to Titan on 4. The ring just gives you like, hey, this turn I'm not dying, but then also gives you a bunch of card advantage. Obviously you can tap to draw cards with the burn counters. It loses you some life. You don't have like the fantastic ways to out it yourself, so you kind of are like putting yourself on a bit of a clock here. But you can like dig for other copies of it. We've got 4 in the deck, that's totally fine. Not die for a couple of turns and draw a bunch of cards. Get to your Titan, get to your like Field of Ruin. So, there are a few ways to gain life in the deck. There's a Radiant Fountain here, and a Gingerbread Cabin as well, so you're not just going to die to this. Well, which, I mean, I've not died to it yet, but maybe it'll happen. I've also, I should say at this point, played like a Khan the Great creative version of the deck, where you've got like a ring in the sideboard, a Golos on the sideboard, 4 copies of Khan. I just found it a little too slow. Then we have our kind of like big creatures, so 4 copies of Golos and 4 copies of Primeval Titan. Golos is like a mini Primeval Titan, enter the battlefield, search your library for a land card, put that card onto the battlefield tap, then shuffle, so it gets to go into a Field of the Dead, which, hey, it did in Standard and Historic very impressively. I'm sure it'll be fine here too. If you don't have Channel Primeval Titan, maybe you Channel Golos, that's also fine. Gets you ahead early, gets your creature. 3/5 is actually pretty difficult to remove in the format, and so, hey, nice. The other ability with Golos is that we do have the, where is it? World Tree here, for you to activate the ability. Exile top your cards in your library, you may play them this turn without paying their mana costs. It's a 7 mana investment, but obviously we're putting a bunch of lands into play. Sometimes you will, and there's a large, again, like 27, 28 lands in the deck, so sometimes you're just not going to hit spells. But, hey, in a pinch, it can do the job. But Golos going to like progress you towards getting your builds out, start making zombies, start making more zombies. Primeval Titan, obviously the big, kind of like, the point of the deck, really. 4 green, 6/6 with Trample. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, search your library for up to 2 land cards, put them onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. A lot of the time you're casting this on 6, you're just going to go immediately find 2 copies of Field of the Dead. We're only paying 3, and that's because it does require you to have 7 lands with different names. If you've got multiple Fields of the Dead, like in your first like 7 lands, then that's a problem. But yeah, Primeval Titan, make a bunch of zombies, really sweet. We then have a bunch of utility lands. I've talked about a few of these, but let me kind of explain everything here. I guess I'll go through the normal lands first. I'm only paying 5 fetches. Names matter. We don't have that many fetchable lands because so much utility things. But being able to like play it to trigger Field of the Dead, versus like a deck with sweepers, for example, and then like hold the fetch so that on their end step you can then make them more zombies, is pretty nice. Managed to beat like an Ugin this way earlier, which was really nice. So we've got 5 fetches. We've got a Stomping Ground and an Overgrown Tomb. Overgrown Tomb casts like Demonic Tutor. Stomping Ground lets you activate the Hanweir Battlements in a pinch. 2 Snowcoat Forest and 2 Normal Forests. These count as different names for Field of the Dead, so it makes sense. If you're like, hey, maybe I should play like more, if you want more basics in your deck, because Blood Moon is a thing to be worried about. I've only played against like a couple of Blood Moon decks in my playing timer so far, but they do exist. That is also why we've got 2 Besages here. But if you're going to play more basics, I would suggest playing more Snow-Covered Forests over more Forests, just because Calming of Bamboo Groves gets you forests instead of Snow-Covered ones. Just like a minor thing. And then the Gingerbread Cabin here, which, hey, Gingerbread Cabin makes a food, which then you can gain 3 life with. Radiant Fountain gains you 2 life just straight up. We don't have a way to like, we're not playing a way to copy lands at the moment. thinking about it, but like there's a matter of like, hey, how much utility do we have space for? Sunken Citadel, basically you're going to name green basically every time with it. As into battlefield, choose a color, but then tap to add 2 mana of the chosen color to activate abilities of land sources. So things like Field of Ruin here, obviously takes out opposing fields, that is actually pretty important. Lair of the Hydra, the big one really is Castle Garenbrig, and Castle Garenbrig is a really nice utility land for the deck. It basically means that your Primeval Titan is going to cost you 1 mana less. It does enter tapped unless you control a forest, but 4 tap, add 6 green, spend only on creature spells or activate abilities to creatures. And this basically means that, hey, I only need 5 effective mana, like 5 effective lands to be able to cast Primeval Titan instead of 6. With Sunken Citadel, it then reduces that by a further one. So if you have Sunken Citadel and Castle Garenbrig, you can cast Primeval Titan off of 4 lands, which is pretty nice, pretty nice. Then, let's see, obviously Field of the Dead, make a bunch of zombies, Bit of Ruin, Cavern of Souls, Counterspell in the format, Memory Lapse, a bunch of different things like that. The Cavern of Souls will just win you a bunch of games by letting you resolve Primeval Titan. Sometimes you might end up having to play it on Golos. Currently I'm only playing one, but it's the kind of thing where like in best of 3 I might play a second one in the sideboard. The Wild Tree, basically just to pair with Golos to be able to activate it, give us all colours on all our lands. One Lair of the Hydra, I want a man land that we can use to pressure our opponent with, that we can 2-star up with either of these. Holy Garden gives you some protection versus sacrifice effects like Liliana the Veil. That alongside like the Arboreal Grazers and the Kamis can occasionally like get in the way there, or even just to make a blocker sometimes in a tricky spot. Garenbrig we went through. 2 Besagers. Primarily I'm playing the second one for Blood Moon in particular, because I'm playing best of 1 at the moment. But there are a bunch of other things it hits. There's like decks playing Leyline Binding, there's a pile of other stuff as well. Necropotence, there's some really powerful enchantments in the format actually. The Hamlet Battlements, one of the best lands in the deck, just give your Primeval Titan haste until it comes in. Witch's Cottage gets a Primeval Titan back from your graveyard to top of your library. Nice, just get to reset it after it's been countered or removed by something. We don't have it on Arena yet, but there is a card called Mortuary Mire, which is a enter the battlefield tap land from Battle for Zendikar. There's like just says put target creature in your from your graveyard on top of your library. So you don't have to go through like the steps to here with Spelunking, but we don't unfortunately have that on Arena yet. And so here we are. And then one Bojuka Bog, which is an awesome one to be able to play. Just nuke your opponent's graveyard. Occasionally you'll hit yours. Sometimes you're like, oh, I've played some fetches and you want to turn off like Deathrite Shaman or Tarmogoyf. We do have some artifacts and stuff floating around. But normally just like, hey, get your opponent's graveyard out of there, disable their Dragon Rage Channelers, that kind of thing. That's the deck. Let's take it into some ranked games. If you're not already and you managed to get to 15 minutes or whatever it is, please do subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. And we're going to take this into some ranked. Alright, first match with the deck. This is rough because we don't have anything to do with the first 3 turns. I think I'm going to risk keeping this, but it is tough. They're on a Luris plan, which could be something more grindy, but if they have an aggressive start, we might just get like rolled. We're kind of relying heavily on like splunking into the One Ring, and this One Ring keeping us alive through some stuff. We'll draw at least. I guess the other thing about Luris that they could be on some kind of Thoughtseize deck. But oh, that's interesting. I'm just gonna leave Wood of the Hills. I'll hold this position just in case. Would prefer to draw then. I'm gonna find the Ogre in team now. Fine. I'm gonna hold the. I think I do cast Channel. Just Channel Golos. I'm kind of not expecting this to resolve, but I want them to counter this and not my Blunking or whatever. That's fine. We burned our 1. Not the end of the world. They're on Field of Ruin, so Field of the Dead. I'm gonna try and Spelunking here. I don't think it's worth like holding on to for some reason. They could just be on blue-black. They might have like Snapcaster, Loris type stuff. Ooh. Okay. Let's do this. Maybe we should just like play the Besage out, but I'm just holding it for now. I grab the Snowcoat Forest, and then we're gonna up our Razor. Like, hey, do you want to counter this O3? No. Wait, I'll put a field there. This also means that we'll have 6 mana next turn in the case that we draw a Primeval Titan, but eh. We're kind of ahead on the field with that. The point where if we get to resolve Golos, we may even go ahead and go get a field of ruin. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. This should probably find a Cavern of Souls. The second one is nice. Let's play the Bestage first. Try and cast it. Again, there's like Counterspell, Memory Lapse. Yeah, that's going back on top of the library. Fair enough. Send it back across. Yeah, they've not played any like actual creatures yet. The things I'm like, they could literally just be playing like 4 copies of Bowmaster. They could be playing like Bowmaster with a couple of Snapcaster Mages. They could be like, did you have Shivering? We've not seen any of the red cards yet though. See. There is also, I've seen, a version of the Primeval Titan deck that plays like Creativity Primeval Titan, which is cool, but like if you're creativitying, I feel like you should just win the game on the spot rather than getting like Field of Ruin. Bruise is going to net them much cards. Oh, they're paying into it. Maybe they already have a spell here. I don't think there's a 1 mana counter spell that deals with this though, so go ahead and go loose. Alright, take action here. So we can find the Cavern. We don't want to find Field because we still need to play another land. We could grab the Wild Tree that says activate. We have another one. I'm supposed to be thinking like they just exiled the Great Financial. I do kind of like the Field of Ruin plan. I'm just gonna get this and say Giant. I think this is fine. Some long-term insurance. There's still a couple of lands of being able to like get zombies, and we are gonna be a better Field of the Dead deck, I would imagine. Pushing the Grazer implies like a Sheol-Dread's Edict. It's like a, I wouldn't say like popular removal spell. I've played it. Like, I've seen a few different people playing it. I'm a little worried that they're on some kind of big combo game plan. There is the Edict. Like Golos. They might have a counter spell for this one, but the kind of the idea here is to make way for Primeval Titan. I'll lead with the Once Upon a Time. Like, hey, do you want to counter this? I'm not like desperate for Bajuka Bog. I think this is better long term. Let's see if this resolves. Does not. Move to oh wait! Oh, they're playing Tainted Pact, aren't they? Yeah. We may just die here. Oh, it took me way too long to work out. Okay. So, Tainted Pact. I'll put the Golos back on top. We need to make a bunch of zombies really quick. Allows them with Thassa's Oracle basically. So every card is going to be like a one of. And then Thassa's Oracle basically mills their. Well, Thassa's Oracle wins the game if they have less. Yeah, we're just going to see it. Here we go. we lose. Thassa's Oracle says, hey, can't add a budget to blue. If it's more than the number of cards in your library, you win the game. And then Tainted Pact says, exile top card in your library. Repeat the process until you either put a card into your hand or exile 2 cards of the same name. And then basically the entire deck is Singleton. With maybe you play 2 copies of Oracle. Or the Tainted Pact, because if you have one, then you see things like Pact Negation. This is going to mill through their entire library. They're going to win with Thassa's Oracle. This trigger is going to win the game. I'm going to concede now at the same time. Ooh, yeah, that's tough. Okay, I should have realised what was going on there a little earlier, but we couldn't really do anything anyway, unfortunately. Just need to be faster. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and keep this. I'm kind of relying on the once upon a time to get something relevant here. But fine, I think. Who they really with? I wonder if they... Oh no, they should have fetched tabs. Interesting. Yeah, I should have realised from the cards that they're playing. I'm gonna cast once now. Field 1, 2, 3. I'm just gonna take field again to ensure that we have one. Ooh, Castle Gambling is interesting as well, actually. We'll lead Razor into dropping field into play, and then we've got Gambling as an untapped land going forward. The Switcher's Cottage is hopefully going to just sit in our hand for a bit. Okay. Sure. One tap teeth then. No attacks. But yeah, I've only played against the Take Impact Thassa's Oracle deck once. So yeah, it's doing really well. It's just from the cards they're playing. Ooh, sweet. Okay, Oracle Alpha, the sweet card. 2 in a blue. Enters the battlefield, shuffles the power 9 into your library. The actual power 9, like etc. Here, oh, this switch is all. I don't really want to put it in play. Let's go Spelunking. Okay, found Primeval Titan. I'm just gonna put this into play now. This lets us activate on next turn. Or cast on next turn. It depends what they do. But yeah, this shuffles like recall, time walk, all the stuff in. And they get to scry towards it when it attacks. We'll see. I've not played against anybody doing Oracle stuff in the format, but we do at least get to block here. I don't know my turn. I just want to see what we draw. We drew the Wild Tree. That's what I was thinking of. Thinking maybe we don't need to. So we use this for 6 mana. Primeval Titan. Ooh, that's... Okay, they changed the equation. That's fine. They got a bit more time. One of these things where if we get to leave the fetch land in play, I mean, other way around, we get to go get Field of the Dead zombie stuff. Ring, yeah. Major. Yeah, we got Moxes coming out. A bunch. Oh, that's tough. Oh, it sucks that we have the Witch's Cottage in play, actually. They didn't take the Golos. Wild to me. 5. Yeah, we still want to leave this in play. We get to scry, we get to block. The one kind of saving grace of the situation is that I don't know if they have a way to keep up with zombies. If we just make a ton of zombies, I don't know if they have a way to actually... So getting every zombie we can is important. This is why this wins 50. Alright. I'll let such a label for a land card. So we've used some stuff. Having a soul seems like an obvious pickup. We can't unfortunately get... Did get... Garenbrig? I think, given everything going on, we should get... I'm going to name Giant with it so we can probably tighten it back again later. I'm bringing it's going to be use of creatures anyway, though. Just say go. Again, I'm holding this to make more zombies. If they have a sweeper or something like that, then I'm going to do something instead. And it actually taps the mana at the moment. See? Will block. The worry is that they get to either like copy this, play more of these, and just like end up with a bunch of time walks, and they win the game that way. That's the concern, I think. Name giant, yeah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I just presume this is DT for Time Walk. The only thing with this is that the One Ring will eventually kill you. They could have also just tutored for a new One Ring. Okay, they're not. Sure, that's fine. I'm gonna do this again. They're gonna take some more damage. Woo. Okay, Shouldra negates the damage. Just so we're all on the same page. Yeah. You draw cards to gain life. They get a bunch of life. Alright, alright. Box. Dry. So the minute we're slowly losing, the other concern is that like something like Ancestral Vision says target player draws 3 cards. They're not going to make us just draw 3 cards now, but that might be a way we end up losing the game eventually. I am going to make a zombie here. Alright, think about this. There's not really a good reason to have that. I'm just going to get the food now. There's not really any reason for us to leave the food in place. I'm just going to sacrifice it while we've got the mana. This Spelunking also gets worse with the Shouldra in play, of course. So let's have a look. We got Invasion 3/7. Casting this is doing this is better than doing this. Alright. Oh, sort of. No, because like 5 mana. Let's activate Golos. See what we hit here. Okay, One Ring is pretty solid. Ultimate Time is kind of awkward. Play this. Well, maybe we should just once first try and find a field. This would be probably decent. They can interact with the once, I think that's fine. Countering this ahead of the One Ring, kind of odd, but I just assume they have something else for this. Do not. It is, of course, like up against Shouldred. It's tough. I'm not going to activate it for now. I'm not going to attack into this yet. I'm going to try and amass some more zombies. Okay. Yeah, Black Lotus. Yeah. They gain a bunch of life. It's like, can we get... Oh gosh. Okay, so do they... Fortunately, there's only one demonic tier. They can't just go ahead and DT for Time Walk again. Because that is how we lose. But... Think about this. At the minute, we're not actually taking any damage from these attacks. Let's describe towards it. Yikes. Yeah, this is going to get pretty big, and there's not very much you can do about it for now. We just need to try and get, like, a Primeval Titan. So we go to 1816. I'm gonna activate this. This might be Doom. Oh, they've got a Bowmaster as well. No shot. Okay, they don't. We did draw Spelunking, which is the worst card for us right now. Draw. The land that is not bad. I don't think I want to draw 2. Draw 2 puts us too close. We want to start with Invasion. What do we do here? They're gonna let Invasion happen. We're gonna take Primeval Titan. I want to make sure that I use it to cast it. Green. Colorless. Normal green. The problem is that if by default it'll try and use the castle, it does not use the Counter Souls map. What we got? They have effect to exile it. They do not. Okay. We cannot mess around here at any cost. We are grabbing 2 copies of field. They don't want to suicide the Primeval Titan into the Shield Dread, which is what attacking does. Very likely you just get blown out by trying to activate the Hammer Garrison on the Primeval Titan. I'm not going to risk drawing any more cards. I'm just going to try and win with these zombies. No attacks. Go ahead. They did have a Bowmasters. Okay. Gosh. Alright. This is now drawing... well... drawing them 5 cards? This is comical. I'm trying to think if they have enough ways to... oh wait, Twister's both players, isn't it? Oh yeah, we're dead to Time Twister. How do I scroll through these properly? I should assume we're dead to Time Twister. Went back. Yeah, sure. So they've reset the ring, which is like fine. Yeah, this kills us. Oh, there it is. There, the cast one. Oh, we just found Titan too late. And they've got Bowmaster as well. Yeah. Time Twister triggers Shield Dread, triggers Bowmasters. Nice. Alright, we are getting rolled. That was a really, really sweet game, we'll say. Here we've got Primeval Titan. Got Invasion, but nothing to do... nothing to kind of like get us there. I'm mulliganing this. This I will keep. I'm going to put the Witch's Cottage back in the library. Start with the Once Upon a Time. Which we could opt to cast on turn 2. Yeah, the Kami here is just too good, I think. Doesn't mean we need to use the fetch land, though. Let's get Spelunking on land turn 2. And then we get to see if you've actually got land to use it. Grab the other green team now. I said I like this one. Potentially. We'll name green here. Death right off of Watery Grave. No fetch, which is good, but we... actually, this is kind of funny. I want to tell myself. You cannot use my land. Sorry. Thank you. It is obviously awkward because we don't get this Spelunking here, but the goal isn't doing anything anyway. Let's see. One of the nice things about Kami is what I like double Grazer can be like the second one you don't have a land for. If you have 2 Kamis, you can just pitch the other one to grab lands, which is handy. This will get shot down. Shot down. There we go. And Death Right will come across into the red zone. Not on the edge here. That is not a land. Let's trigger Bowmaster, which is like the only downside. Well, the only downside. Not a Brainstorm. Like Spelunking, Brainstorm you can't really cast. You can try and cast into this, but you're often gonna have a really bad time. Spelunking, like it, you can deal with it. Well, they are like assembling a clock. Gonna get another turn here. If we can just find a land. Oh no. I don't know if we can do this again though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's no instant sorceries to exile. 5, 6, 7. Though to be, because we get, if we hit a land, we can follow up with a ring next turn. That's the only saving grace. Oh my gosh. We play 28 lands and then just don't have one. I've hit the wrong half. So, untap land here. Oh no, actually, because the army gets to a mess. I talked about aggro raising, so we drew some. Okay, you know what? Maybe not a. Okay, well, that was rough. This is an 0-3 start to video. Doesn't happen very often, but hey. Here we have double once, which doesn't work the way we would like it to. Thinking about mulliganing. The saving grace is that we can use the first one to find a land. The problem is that we're not doing anything like relevant until turn 5, though. If we're finding a land off of this. Because like this finds a land, we're playing a tap land on turn 1, doing this on turn 2. Like we're not doing it. I'm gonna mulligan this away. We will keep this. And I'm gonna put the cabin on the bottom. See how this goes. Luris from our opponent. Fine. Good idea. Team has Delta. I think probably Spelunking isn't exactly what we want, but once here. Let's get 2 lands. None of these particular. The only thing I'm thinking about is the Castle Gambrick. We can find it, we get closer. But in general, I think we could go like Lair. I think Castle is better than Castle. Alright. Very happy at putting this back. We probably want to fetch it. We might need some extra life. We're brainstorming on upkeep. The main thing. We can assume this is going to flip. Red. Thoughts he's this way. Chokes on you. I have 2 of the same card. Okay, this Kami is not too bad. Let's use the fountain. Gas Spelunking. I'm not gonna play. This isn't gonna get to block. I'm just gonna attack. Looks just to be Grixis Delta. If this isn't flipping, something's going horribly wrong. Bowmasters will shoot the Kami, which we don't care about. Down to 9. They have land number 3. They do. Yeah, we're gonna try and bring this back from 0-3. Bell Pierce counters this by care. Oh, let me just ring it up here. That's fine. The best time to draw it. I'm gonna leave this tap for as long as possible now I've got the field in play. Need 2 lands of different names. We can get Forest from this, which unfortunately we already have one. The one reason why, like, hey, Circo Forest is pretty good. Very expressive. Or a bunch of ban cards in these. Just be able to deal with the memory lapse somehow. We'll see. We're 19 going to 18. I want to hold the Windswept team. Ooh. Might be a close one. Demonic 2 is pretty great, actually. I'll deal with this. $18. If I go DT for Cow and the Souls, this gets countered, right? I'll activate the one, right? Now they can shoot me. We do now. We have lands we can play off of this, which is good. See what they do about this. Oh, it's so close. We have castle, right? One, two. Alright, and we can trigger. That's a. Let's say we can trigger field with these Windswept Teeth. Take them to here. Brainstorm this stuff. Have the backup. I think what we need to find off of that. I'm hoping we get to ambush here, but we'll see what actually happens. Grab this. That gets. This grabs the forest. And if they have an extra Bowmasters, this is problematic, but I think this thing's currently at 0. Have we used a bog already? No. Backlist. I would like to draw another one of these. Play field. Few zombie. 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3. I think we've got a better chance trying to cast that. I don't remember if we. Oh, we should have made that. No. That's kind of. We know one of the cards using here. We've used a man drop already on the Gambrig. Yeah, these coming in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're not going to get enough time, are we? You're on 8 though. Yeah, there's nothing we can actually draw to like get us further ahead right this second. You may as well take the 2 damage and then try and draw and then try and hit another ring. That's kind of our way out. Like, they also might have like lightning bolts and stuff. Alright, Luris. Some replay like Dragon Race Challenge. I regret taking the Blast Zone out of this deck. That's an option you could play. That would deal with some of these things. Like if we drew Grazer, this would be okay. Alright, so we're at 6. Let's just think about this. I take 1, 2. No, because I think 1, 2, 4, 5. Yeah, because I don't have a way to actually deal with the Bowmaster. Both our game lifelines are in play. Oh, okay. We're on 4. Need to activate this and draw a ring, right? Did not draw a ring. I'll have Golos. I'll have Bog. This can find a ring. Did not find a ring. It did find a Primeval Titan. Okay. We're not quite off the menu. So... I think... the situation says, well, you have to find this. And... Oh, just card back. No way for us to draw to... Not really be able to tie it on time. They mess their blocks up. Is there a way to... Oh, there's a land that gave like... That wouldn't help. Let's see. They're on 5. We've got no Kessig Warfront, unfortunately. Hmm. Surely there's a land that wins from this. Or like way to give creature control lifelink. That's all. It's like so close. We're like a turn away, right? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Alright, this is turning from a gameplay video to a cry for help, but we're gonna go ahead and keep this. This is a good example of a situation where like this Kami is gonna turn into some lands, hopefully. We can be happy with that. But we'll see. They've got Inquisition, probably gonna take the Spelunking. Gotta imagine that's the way they go. Doesn't nullify our hand by a lot, but hey. Yeah. This is a cry for help. There's definitely something here. We've had like some really close games, and like that game there, we were like a turn off, right? And that's like with interaction. That's with like a decent amount of interaction. Very close. Want to draw a land here, of course. Ooh, yeah, they took the Kami instead of Spelunking, which is fair, I think. Oh, they knew the backup, maybe? Okay. Did they mulligan? 5, 6. Give me a Kami, but no way to really turn it into lands. Let's see what else they have going on. They have a basic swamp, which makes me a little worried about like a Blood Moon. Just dust. The sense is untapped actually, which means you get to go Gab Forests. I don't know why I'm complaining. That's X. The joke's on you. Nah. We basically can use the One Ring to maybe dig for a Besagi. That's what I'm thinking. It is kind of giving our opponent a win condition, but like we have the lands to cast these. So this is a okay, cool. Kind of gifted a little bit as to want to. We don't get the name if I play. Golos. We still want to make sure that we have the names. I'll go ahead and just put a filter into play now. The deal is that we're going to take some damage off this because they've got nothing else going on right now. I have to be a little worried that they're going to go. Okay, this isn't what I was worried about. I was worried about a sneak attack, but this is fine too. Okay. I don't need to. Which order I play these? Is that true? Do you cast a Garenbrig? Don't. Let's just play every time. Alright, I'm gonna get a Snow Cover basic, and we'll grab 1, 2. Things like this. This does need to be blocked by 3 creatures, which is annoying. So we have a backup Titan. I feel okay. Okay. Dark Ritual. Oh, is this Gristlebrand? So. I was like, finally, things are going our way. Finally. Let's draw. Gosh. Now, Gristlebrand isn't necessarily unbeatable. The problem is they can draw a bunch of cards, then try and find Sneak Attack plus another card. We've not found a Beseiji. Pretty tough. We can also try and find a Wandering. Either of those things will do. Pretty miserable. Okay. Let's ring. Keep this one. I'm gonna activate this. We find a Beseiji. Beseiji the Blood Moon. They're gonna gain some life here. We want to make sure that we can basically just put enough stuff to play. Oh gosh. I don't think we can do anything about this like without having mana anyway, but they're maybe gonna free up Blood Moon for themselves. Okay, so from our side, do we Garenbrig, but no. We don't have Spelunking either. I just want to make as many zombies as possible. I probably want to attack the Primeval Titan first. Because remember we've got the ring protection. This wants to find the last Field of Ruin. Sorry, Field of the Dead. And I'm also going to find Castle Garenbrig. I should have... We'll do this. Right. Yeah, we are still in combat. Oh, they're blocking this way. That's good. They don't get life. Okay, they're on 10. They're not gaining life with the Gristlebrand. At least on our turn. I want to then go... We've got Sneak Attack and stuff. It's a problem. But we've got, again, we're kind of relying on long-range protection here. This will find a forest. Uh, uh, Fog. They can also avoid white. Is I think fairly unlikely. I'm just trying to make sure that we're gonna have enough zombies to like, which we should do. But again, the real danger is they've drawn some cards off of. Drawn so many cards. Because I'm gonna get to draw another 3. Let's just get another reach blocker just in case we need it. Oh, there's no way to prevent stop damage prevention. That it was. Alright. This is either overkill or we're gonna look really stupid. So we're trying to go 1-4 right now. We are 0-4 on the set. Alright, what you got? So Gristlebrand doesn't gain life this time. If it hits me. If it hits a grazer, then it does. What I'm worried about is, yeah, so sneak attack, and then what have you got to put into play? There's like Atraxa, Ulamog Exile cards from the library, so this gets them a bunch of cards. This is another reason why we need a ton of zombies. We can make at least one hasty Primeval Titan next turn as well. If they can kill enough zombies. Well, the upside of the Atraxa being here now is that they're not going to get to... Well, they've got another one they can put into play. Depends what they do. They need to bring down Golos. Fine. I don't even know. If they don't have Red Mana to activate Sneak Attack, that's also huge. They don't. Yeah. Alright, okay. Oh, we managed to get one. We managed to get one. Jeez. Post-match wrap-up time. 1-4. What an absolute rollercoaster time this is turning out to be. Yeah. We lost 4 matches straight, which, like, looks like they could be okay in places, but you see we got like, a little slow, a little, like, horrendously punished. Or, like, just, like, a ton off. Like, the deck is, I think, still pretty good. We got a little unfortunate in a couple of places, but yeah, there's some holes, some things to fill. But there's also like a load of tuning to be done. I think like this is a very like I guess rough first shell, but there's got to be something. And so I said it was a plea for help, but yeah, if you've got anything, you're like, oh, this is a cool piece of tech that you should like land, like especially like alchemy cards. My knowledge of is very there's gotta be some cool stuff going on. It's crazy that the one game we won, we got like blood mooned. Like Gristlebrand, like dark, like hardcast Gristlebrand, like sneak attack, like hey, what a time, what a time. Let's talk about the deck a bit. So there are some clunky things. There are, as I said before, like 28 lands in the deck, but you still find yourself at times like oh, I've drawn like all these 5 mana 6 mana cards without drawing like some of the things to like bridge the gap. Or vice versa. Like, once upon a time, like, helps to smooth a bit of that over, but you're still kind of left there on a couple of turns not being able to do anything. One of the main things that what we're trying to do is kind of we're trying not to entrap with our opponent, right? We're trying to be like, we want to blank what they're doing with One Ring if we need to, and then just be able to do our thing and go over the top of them. Which should be good versus some of the fair decks, especially like when we can get Cavernous Souls. Stop things getting countered. Super nice, we can dig for that. The Channel Demonic Tutor stuff I kind of just like threw in here, but like maybe these should just be more Invasions of X-Lands to help us be a bit more consistent. That's certainly a possibility. The mana base, there's some stuff going on here. So we don't have like a Vesuva effect that's legal on Arena. Not exactly. Like let me do a quick. Let's pull this down. Let's filter copy land. This Echoing Deeps, which is a new card that copies any land card in a graveyard, which would be fine if like we had lands in graveyards. That'd be alright. We then have like Mycos of the Gardens is actually an interesting one. This one you could use to copy the ring, which I actually think that you could probably do. I think this is something that I'm like, actually, this is maybe a good idea. You have to toot this up and just copy this, sacrifice the one with all the counters on. Lesbian stage, like, hey, you can toot your up as an additional name and then later on copy a Theodore ring. That's okay, it's not doing too much. Because the things that we're trying to copy, like, all the time it's like, oh, we need to get like a little bit more life to gain a turn. Like, we've got the Radiant Fountain. I really like the Gingerbread Cabin, to be honest. But having like a way that we could like, having a Vesuva would be really, really nice. We don't have one of those. The other thing that I was talking about is like, oh, surely there's a way for us to like push a Titan through to like find lethal damage here. One thing is like, there's not like a great way to give like, hey, if there was a way to give all our zombies haste, and sure, like you can play creative for him. Yeah, that's pop. That's a thing that you can put in your deck. But not great. But there are like, is there a way to like give Primeval Titan flying? Give it like some other abilities. Target creature. So what we got? Idyllic Range gives it like a +1/+1 counter, and that like interacts the way we want with like Spelunking, which is cool. There is a Sheep Oasis, +3/+3 on the traveling creature. I think one of these might be good. Just like anyway. Maybe we just want to put one of these in here. That's a possibility. And there's one other thing I found. Ah, yeah. So the coolest thing maybe is Bretagart Stronghold, which is hard to activate. We need the World Tree in play, but you can sacrifice it to put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures you control, and they gain lifelink. You need to do it pre-combat though, so before you've attacked with the Primeval. I don't know, activate it as a sorcerer. Which is cute, but not good, I don't think. So, if you've got any ideas, let me know in the comments, because there's definitely something here. Missing like some pieces. The other thing I was like, oh, maybe there's like a give target creature unblockable effect. There's something like that, and not on Arena. I can't remember what the land's called. There's a land that's like 3 tap, give a 4 or 5 tap, target creatures unblockable. Would be neat. Nothing like that, unfortunately, on the platform at the moment. But hey, one to think about because I do like putting that effect in. I think it was in one of the core sets. Maybe it was definitely in Return to Ravnica anyway. Yeah. But yeah. There you go. We went 1-4 with Primetime and Field of Ruin, and the deck is really, really sweet. It's a ton of fun to play. It does have a bunch of cards from all around, but there's also like again like a bunch of different. There's gonna be a good build. I'm sure. I'm sure something. Yeah. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do like, subscribe, share the video around. The deck is really, really sweet. Like I said, there's something here. They did just give us Prismatic Omen. Like, surely they're going to put Valakut on the platform at some point, right? Right? We'll see. We'll see. Anyway. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Peace out.